Hi Wildings, welcome back to the Wilding Tarot channel, where we will be doing intuitive tarot card readings for whenever you need it, guys. Today's channeled messages are in regards to your person's thoughts of you today. I want to know, are you on their mind? What were they thinking about you today? And yeah, just general messages about the themes of you popping up in their mind today, if you did, which I'm assuming you did. If you've been thinking about them, it's very likely that they've been thinking about you, but let's find out exactly what they were thinking when they were thinking it. So as always, I've left a brief description of each reading in the very bottom of the description box below. So if you're avoiding triggers or practicing any sort of self-care where you're only opening yourself up to certain readings, or maybe not feeling super connected to your intuition today and want a little bit of help, a bit of kind of buzzword head start in selecting a pile, that option is always there for you. And I strongly encourage you to use it if you feel like you need it today. For everyone else, just choosing a pile based on where your intuition is sending you, knowing that your messages may appear in more than one pile. So it's completely normal to be drawn to more than one, to be drawn back to this reading, to rewatch it later, and maybe being drawn to a different pile, or whatever. Like, sometimes our situation is a bit of a mix of two different kind of situational archetypes which tend to come out in the cards. So that's normal. Just honoring whatever feels good for you, whatever your intuition is telling you to watch. And just remembering that it is a general reading, so taking what resonates, leaving what doesn't, meditating on the rest, because there will be some messages for you, some messages that might need to be adapted based on if your energy deviates from the collective a little bit. And yeah, so now that all the disclaimers are done, you're gonna select either pile 1, 2, or 3, and wherever your intuition is sending you, I will see you there in a moment. If you need more time, I'll leave a freeze frame on for you now. But yeah, see you soon. Hey there, pile 1, welcome to your reading for are you on your person's mind today, and what is it that they've potentially been thinking about you. So if you chose this beautiful purple fluorite crystal, then this reading is probably for you. However, as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a general reading, so there will be some messages here for specific people, and some interpretations of the cards that could be a little bit different for your situation, just depending on how your energy deviates from the collective. I don't know how long this scratch has been there, but let's go ahead and get some general themes for your reading. Can we get general themes for pile 1's reading, please? General themes for pile 1's reading. We get general themes for pile 1's reading. Okay, so pile 1, you have the fire element of desire, corresponds with Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius energy. We also have Virgo energy, which rules the 6th house and is ruled by Mercury, the more analytical part of Mercury. Virgo is obviously a mutable earth sign. And then we also have the Jupiter placement, which usually indicates good fortune, good luck. And it rules Sagittarius, and is in the 9th house of spiritual development. So we have some like analytical, abundant, desire energy. We also have some spiritual development kind of energy. We've got some fire signs. and daily life and routine, which Virgo rules. But let's get a bit more specific using this traditional tarot. We find out if pile 1's person has been thinking about them today and what they've been thinking about. We find out what pile, thank you. Says she's a bit tired. Can we clarify this 10 of Wands energy? And the 4 of Wands, 5 of Swords energy. And the Queen of Wands energy. And the 6 of Wands energy. Pile 1, your person's been thinking a lot about reunion with you today and the future, it seems. This 4 of Wands is the marriage card. So it's an Aries in Libra. Yeah, so like the coming together in a partnership for long-term commitment kind of card. And then the 3 of Wands is also like a teamwork kind of energy as well. It seems like what your person was thinking of more specifically is ending the period of isolation and separation between the two of you. So I would say for pretty much everyone here that this is a separation and or no contact situation, because yeah, they've it seems like they've been kind of pondering this paradox between like really wanting to be in union with you and currently being in separation from you, and they've been thinking about how they how much they want to reunite with you, and how to end this separation. It does seem like there's a few things that they want to clear up before they do initiate on this like desire to reunite. There's some things that they need to take responsibility for in themselves. The Hierophant card is like an energy that connects the physical with the divine. And your person's like still kind of like working on this energy of like showing up as a physical being on the 3D earth, but also as a spiritual being, and like being connected to both the divine and the physical, like through like daily ritual and practice, which is like this kind of Virgo energy. They're still kind of like figuring out how to come into their own and take responsibility for that polarity within themselves of like being a high vibrational being, but also being like a 3-dimensional human, like trying to exist on this earth. And like they're also like thinking about how to be a good partner for you as well. So yes, they're thinking about their own routine and like how to show up better for themselves, but they're also thinking about how to show up better for you. I'm getting that you're probably this Queen of Wands energy. She's like a very witchy archetype. She's Aries / Pisces, so she's like the beginning and end of the zodiac. She's like kind of all that there is. She correlates with like kind of the witch archetype. And your person's like trying to figure out how to match you in that energy, with this Two of Pentacles card coming out. So this is like a balance card, and like figuring out how to balance like against another person. It seems like your person like sees a lot of potential in this connection, especially for spiritual development, and like living a more abundant and full life. They have a lot of desire for you, but yeah, they're definitely working on their routine as an individual, ritualizing some of their practices, and figuring out how to like match your energy a lot better, before they come in with this kind of reunion energy. So the Six of Wands is like kind of historically a kind of victory energy in the wand suit. And it seems like this person like won't kind of hit that kind of like feeling like they've got it together kind of energy until they're really sure that they're kind of abundant and satisfied in themselves first. So the Nine of Cups is kind of peak energy when it comes to like the feeling suit. So it has a lot to do with like feeling like abundant, satisfied, at peace, full of kind of like love and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, this coming out in reverse tells me that this is kind of where they're stuck right now. This is what they are working on. They're like trying to come into a little bit more balance so that yeah, they can be a better partner. I would say for the majority of people here that this has been a separation that's been going on for some time. Your person's probably already done a fair bit of work, so have you, but they're not satisfied that their work is complete just yet. Yeah, so this is probably a twin flame connection, and it's also very likely that your person has played out a lot of runner dynamics with you. It seems like they're becoming very aware of themselves playing out those dynamics and them really not matching your Queen of Wands energy when they're in that kind of fear of intimacy, listening to the ego runner energy. So that's definitely one of the things that they want to have sorted before they return to you. Like they want to stop that like runner energy. But yeah, they've definitely, I think today, been contemplating getting engaged to you. For some of you, I think they like plan to return like with an engagement ring in hand. For mostly everyone else, that's like just something that they see for the two of you very shortly after you reunite. Yeah, but this is heavy twin flame separation energy. And your person just like really trying to get themselves together, get themselves ready to be a better match for you in the future. Because overall they're not super satisfied with how they showed up for you in the past, and that's something that they've been thinking about a lot today. They've been thinking a lot about how beautiful they find you. They find you very like magnetic and vivacious. But yeah, at the moment, I think they at least in themselves feel this like dark moon energy. So the dark moon is literally the darkest like night of the moon cycle. It's the night right before the new moon, sorry. So I think this person definitely today has been thinking about potentially some of the darkness they've been through. They've potentially been through a dark night of the soul, probably closer to the time that you guys are separated. But yeah, the understanding kind of the point of this connection, they've been like kind of assessing this connection with a little bit of space and distance since you guys have been in separation, and come to understand it a lot better, and understood that like I'm getting this boundaries card might be more for you, that you potentially didn't assert as many boundaries with them as what you should have, and I guess as well for them, maybe not asserting as many boundaries as they should have in terms of like honoring their needs for like space and like adventure and stuff. But yeah, you've got this abundance card coming out. So there's obviously a lot of potential in this connection. There's a lot of opportunity for like spiritual development and growth. And it seems like your person definitely recognizes that. Like I'm getting a fair bit of conscious energy from this person. Do we have anything else for pile 1, please? Anything else for pile 1 in terms of their thoughts today? The end of a tough cycle approaches and your loved ones are safe. I think they're really hoping that you're like kind of safe and sound. They definitely think that you are right now. And I think they're very aware that like this kind of period of separation is kind of coming to a close, and that they're kind of having to get their stuff together and be prepared to return to you with like way less of this runner energy and like able to match you a lot better and offer you the long-term commitment that you deserve. Yeah, so I think they're very aware that kind of the necessity for separation is like coming to a close, because the two of you have done a lot of work, a lot of healing. Yeah, you've both kind of explored some hidden depths and like understood like deeper layers of yourself, and you're much more prepared for a connection now than what you were to begin with. And your person's very aware of that. So they're kind of like feeling the pressure of like that kind of energy, kind of amping them up to get ready, if that makes sense. But let's get you an affirmation, pile 1. Can we get an affirmation for pile 1? So we have, every day I grow stronger in mind, body, and spirit. I am strong, I am capable. I think this energy is like, you can take this as your person's energy, a message from your person to you, or a message for you from spirit, whatever feels right for you. But yeah, you're both very strong, you're both very capable. You've both strengthened your own connection to mind, body, and spirit within self, also connected to the other person on higher frequencies, and just like understand the elements of mind, body, spirit much better. So yeah, it's definitely kind of like a new dawn for the two of you, and just an exciting time. But I think I'm going to leave that there, pile 1. I hope you got everything out of this reading that you really wanted and needed. My name's Jade Rewilding, and I'll be on this channel doing intuitive tarot card readings for whenever you need it. Sorry, I just needed to sneeze. But yeah, it's been a pleasure reading for you. If you can like, comment, and subscribe to keep me on your feed, I would really appreciate it. But until next time, ciao. Hey there, pile 2. Welcome to your reading for, are you on your person's mind today, or what have they been thinking about you today? So if you chose this clear quartz crystal, then this reading is probably for you. But as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and meditate on the rest. This is a general reading, so there will be messages here for specific people, and there may be some cards that might have better interpretations for your situation if your energy deviates from the collective in one way or another. So we have Capricorn energy coming out first. What other energies are the themes for pile 2's reading, please? So pile 2, we have Capricorn energy, which rules the 10th house and is ruled by Saturn. So Saturn has a lot to do with honoring our truth when it comes to our life purpose and our responsibilities in this incarnation on Earth. It can have a lot to do with our career, but more broadly, it's like kind of coming to Earth to do what we needed to do from like more of a doing perspective. Whereas like the way that we intended to interact with people is more 11th house Aquarius energy. Then we also have the Mercury retrograde card, which usually indicates some sort of like either it can be very communicative, it can also kind of be a big reset button in terms of kind of like how things work. Yeah, sometimes it indicates communication coming, and sometimes it indicates kind of like a big change up. We also have Scorpio energy, which Scorpio rules the 8th house of beginnings, endings, sex, metaphysics, kind of like all the woo-woo stuff. It's very transformative energy. The 8th house is and Scorpio ruled by Mars and Pluto. So Pluto is that very transformative energy, and Mars is kind of like that fiery, passionate energy. Scorpio is a fixed water sign. But yeah, let's get a little bit more specific using our traditional tarot. Spirit, can we please find out a little bit more about Pile One's person's thoughts of them today? Can we get more about Pile One's thoughts of them today? Can we get Pile Two's thoughts of them today? We also clarify the Hanged One, please. Pile 2, your person today has been wondering whether the two of you will get a second chance for love. So the Page of Swords is very curious energy. It's like Earth of Air, so it's like kind of like, I would say like a little bit youthful. It's Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces energy. And then the Page of Cups is Earth of Water, so Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius energy. Yeah, but your person definitely is curious about whether the two of you will get a new start in like love and connection. Page of Cups is like all about kind of like new love and synchronicities, and like when all the energy is like really positive and new and exciting. Yeah, your person's been wondering a lot today about whether you guys will like get to kind of reinvent this connection and have a completely new slate. It seems like they're potentially a little bit concerned about like themselves showing up in this connection, and whether they're going to be able to give it a clean slate today. Like that's the general wondering. So this Knight of Wands is all about kind of endurance, persistence, resilience. It's a moon in Sagittarius energy, so it really kind of brings out that kind of Sagittarius kind of like fiery energy and kind of like seeker energy, to kind of like keep going even when things get a little bit tough. But it seems like your person's like potentially a little bit sensitive, and things can derail them fairly easily. Like when something comes up and they feel that their ego is wounded, they can get like very blinded by their own pain very quickly, and then not show up for you well. With this King of Wands and Queen of Wands coming out, it seems like you're definitely some sort of like intentional pairing and like divine counterpart kind of connection, because these two are divine counterparts, the King and Queen of Wands. And it seems like with you, your energy, like I'm getting that you're this Queen of Wands energy, your energy coming out upright. They don't see you as like volatile necessarily as what they are. And they're just not sure whether they can match that energy in you. Like you're, I would say, a bit more stable and like can continue to like kind of be vulnerable and put yourself out there, and yeah, like kind of put this connection first before your ego, a lot more than your person can, just because of their own sensitivities. And so they're worried that like their own sensitivities are going to kind of get in the way of this like new slate for sure. Because definitely their stuff like overpowers them a lot. It seems like they have some sort of like kind of core wounding around like not being enough. This Seven of Pentacles right way up is kind of like having all of the like money, success, manifestations that you really want. But yeah, it seems like this coming out in reverse, like maybe they don't feel as successful as what they would like for themselves. They're not really at their own standard, so to speak. And so like because of that like not enoughness, they can get like kind of overpowered by their own insecurities in connection and just like not show up well in them. So yeah, your person's like today really, really wondering whether the two of you will get a new start. And like I'm hearing a little bit of self-blame. So we've got the soulmate card, the mirror card, the boat card, ascending. Okay, so we've got a fair bit of cards that came out there. So as I was saying, you guys are probably at least soulmates, at the very least. Just based on this energy. But you guys do mirror a lot of stuff towards each other. Like you've probably made your person a lot more aware of like kind of all of their insecurities based on your own presence in their life. But it seems like the two of you don't feel like you can move on from each other either. Like there seems like there's still unfinished business between the two of you. And I think the two of you both would like to like communicate, but potentially once you've felt a bit more healed and that you can like communicate from a more lighthearted way rather than like kind of like the pain being like kind of fresh, especially for your person, like they're still kind of feeling that pain from the separation and from like everything that went down the first time around. I would say that it's definitely like all part of the plan in terms of your own ascension. There's this girl with a snake can be like someone being like kind of chaser energy, someone being kind of runner energy, someone like enabling and someone like taking advantage of someone's lack of boundaries. So there was a lot of like issues in this connection kind of around this person's not enoughness and insecurities that like really need to be ascended before the two of you will get another chance. And it seems like there's a lot of possibilities about what's to happen for the future, kind of based on how the two of you are progressing and healing at this time. It seems like a person might be a little bit stuck when it comes to their own healing. I don't think this will necessarily be like for a long time, but they are definitely stuck right now. So it's kind of changing the energies of the connection and like opening up doors for each of you to go down to kind of like get around this block that's coming up for your person right now. So if there feels like there's a kind of path for you that like doesn't kind of make sense right now, like when you think about like wanting to reunite with this connection, still like explore it because it might potentially help them shift their energy as well. There's going to be some kind of like unconventional ways that this connection like progresses for sure. But I think like it's important that you just focus on what's right for you and don't focus so much on your person because that can keep them even more stuck. Whereas if you focus on you and like worry about them a little bit less, that can like unstick them just because there's less energy coming at them. There's more space for them to like realize some stuff and more space for some healing to come into fruition just because the two of you aren't as like psychically locked together. Like the energy is a little bit more open when you give them a little bit more space and just focus on you for a bit. It definitely, especially with this Mercury retrograde card, it does seem like there's going to be communication that's necessary down the line, but the two of you both have some fears to work through, especially your person around their like not enoughness, and both need to bring in some self-love into the situation to like improve your respective end of the connection before you're ready to manifest this connection back together. And when you guys are both more in that kind of like self-loving place and less in that fear place, it will be clear to you and it will naturally manifest this connection back together. But let's get some affirmations for you, pile 2. Can we get affirmations for pile 2, please? Can we get affirmations for pile 2, please? So we have, my heart is filled with eternal gratitude. I count my blessings for and give thanks for all that I have. So you can think of this as a message from your person or for your person, or from spirit to you right now, whatever feels right for you. But yeah, it's important that the two of you are practicing gratitude at the moment, especially if you are in separation, which it looks like everyone is pretty much in this spread. Because that will help you find this love vibration and overcome this fear vibration. The opposite of fear is gratitude. So being grateful will help both of you like unstick whatever fear-based stuff is going on for the two of you, especially for your person with that not enoughness fear-based stuff, and that will kind of unstick you and lead you forward with this connection. But I think I'm going to leave that there, pile 2. I hope you got everything out of this reading that you really wanted and needed. My name is Jade Rewilding, and I'll be on this channel doing intuitive tarot card readings for whenever you need it. So until I see you again, ciao. Hey there, pile 3. Welcome to your reading for Are You on Your Person's Mind today, or have you been on your person's mind? What have they been thinking about you today? So if you chose this beautiful blue crystal, then this reading is probably for you. But as always, taking what resonates, leaving what doesn't. This is a general reading, so there will be messages here for specific people. And there may be some interpretation of the cards that could be slightly altered if your energy deviates from the collective a little bit more than everyone else's. Okay, so we have a fair few cards for you, pile 3. Just taking the first and last cards from that last little stack that fell out. So we have Venus energy, which is the like love feminine energy. It rules the 2nd house of Taurus, possessions, owning, and the 7th house of Libra, partnerships and connections. We also have the 8th house energy, which is ruled by Scorpio, and Pluto and Mars energy. So it's like one of transformation, it's one of like sex, metaphysics, beginnings and endings. Then we also have the water element, corresponds with the cup suit, and is known for like the feely feels, sensing, kind of psychic abilities, love, and like kind of all the feely stuff. Then we have the fire element, which is a lot to do with desire, but also inspiration. The water signs are Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, and the fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But let's get a little bit more specific for you using, hopefully they're all in the shot. I don't think they're. But yeah, let's get a few more messages and more specific using this traditional tarot. to clarify this Sun energy and the High Priestess energy, please. Pile 3, your person very much is still in love with you, but they're concerned that potentially you may not feel the same way about them, given this separation of energy. They're afraid that they're not going to get a chance at redemption with you, because it seems like they fear that, and today have been thinking that potentially like you don't see the same potential in this connection that they do anymore. They're worried that you've outgrown it, because in their eyes it did take them a long time to become emotionally unavailable and really stand in the power of this Emperor, like divine masculine energy, because for a long time they were like very disempowered and very not clear on their own power and like the way that they needed to show up in life. And this separation really like evolved them. It was a huge transformational time for them, but they've pretty much always seen you as this High Priestess energy. And they're worried that like based on how they showed up for you in the past, that like you no longer see them as a viable partner for you. The moon in reverse sometimes can indicate like feelings that someone's like kind of a danger, and just coming out with the 5 of Swords and 2 of Cups, it seems like your person sees how their behavior was kind of like red flag behavior the first time around, and so they think that you've kind of given up on this connection because of the pain that it caused you, and kind of the conditions under which you guys separated. Like potentially they ghost you, or just like kind of the way that they went about ending this connection was like really red flag behavior, and they're worried that they're just like it was kind of too little too late for them when it comes to this connection, and that like the two of you are not really going to have another chance. The 9 of Swords is like heavy like kind of anxiety, and the 6 of Pentacles is like right way up. It's kind of like abundance when it comes to like giving and receiving, like generosity and like sharing, but yeah, they're worried that like the two of you will never share the connection that they kind of always wanted to have with you, but just like at the time of your connection they weren't capable of having with you, because they needed to become a little bit more emotionally available and step into this Emperor energy. But yeah, after all this time, they definitely still love you. They want a new beginning, and they're having a lot of desire for you, a lot of feeling for you, but they're worried that you've moved on. It seems like you are really the key to their heart. They like haven't moved on, and they actually see you as like kind of the reason why they were able to grow into this energy to begin with. And I can sense from them that they really grew out of this. Like their energy is very different from the time that you guys were together, but they really think that you've pigeonholed them to that energy of when you were together. So this card is a karmic relationship, but the main text that I'm drawn to is letting go and loving you. So I think this person like today has been thinking that they might have to let you go, and they might have to love you from afar, because in their eyes they're like not a match, and they're, even though they feel like you're more than a karmic relationship with them, they want to like respect your wishes, and from where they're standing it feels like you don't want them, so they're trying to respect that and like let you go and like love you from afar. I think this person is like like kind of tentatively wanting to like manifest this connection back together, but they also like, yeah, they feel like it's kind of like impinging on your wishes. If they were to do that, they'd kind of feel like they were steamrolling like your desires, because from their eyes, like it's too little too late. So they're kind of like yeah, they're kind of like avoiding like manifesting this right now, but like they feel like much more abundant in their energy, so they're kind of like aware that they probably could, but they're like kind of waiting for a signal from you to find out whether they should try and manifest this connection back, just because they do feel like you've left them in the past. But this dragonfly has a lot to do with changing, healing, things coming to light, and definitely your person has changed and healed a lot. And I think what they've kind of resolved on is like they're hoping to at least talk to you one more time, and like, yeah, they don't want to like kind of steamroll back in after like everything that went down. They do want to talk, especially about how much they've healed and how much they owe you though. But yeah, they're kind of like trying to be in this place where they can like love you and let you go. But I think that for them right now is a little bit hard for them, just because they still have a lot of desire for you. They're still quite hungry for this relationship. They're not quite as detached as what they would like before they would have this conversation where they could really just like let you go. But they definitely have stepped into this divine masculine in a whole new way. They're much more at peace with themselves. Like they're very different in themselves. So yeah, they're different, but yeah, they're trying to like practice non-attachment so that they can talk to you without feeling like the two of you have to be together, so that like they can like speak to you from that place of non-attachment, and hopefully, if what you desire is to let them go, for in their eyes they want to be able to communicate from that detached place. They want you to know that like this separation was never about you. You are good enough. I can sense that you've probably blamed yourself a bit here and there, but yeah, that was never the case. It was just like kind of, it reached its peak for what it was at the time, and your person needed to go away and do a lot of work. A win-win outcome is forecast, so potentially once they've gotten to this place of like feeling like less attached, so that they could talk to you without expectation, like things will potentially change. But yeah, I think you are very tempting to them. There's a lot of desire here, and they're worried about that temptation kind of leading them into unhealthy patterns and like returning them to the energy that they were before, and them just like really not wanting that. So yeah, they're definitely like, they're so different. There's definitely just like this little bit more that they want to do in terms of practicing like non-attachment, so that when you guys do reconnect, like they don't feel like they have any sort of claim on you, because they know that's not fair to you just based on everything they put you through. But the universe and my inner self are harmoniously balanced. This is your affirmation. You can take it as a message from your person to you, from spirit to you, or just for you. Just know that everything's like balanced, everything's happening the way it should be. And like, don't stress about how things will unfold and will continue to unfold. Everything's happening just as it should in divine timing. But I think I'm going to leave that there, pile 3. I hope you got everything out of this reading that you really wanted and needed. It was a pleasure reading for you, and if you can like, comment and subscribe, I would really appreciate it, because it'll help me stay on your feed for more intuitive tarot card readings. But until then, ciao.